Hi, Troy here. Just thought I'd just give you a quick little update on a new CMAP card that I've just received. Now, it's a little bit different to the ones that have been out before. This one's got what they call on here is the Reveal, CMAP Reveal. So CMAP Reveal is something that we haven't had before, and what it is, it's a very, very high detailed bathymy chart. So the bottom of the ocean looks like nothing you've seen before. It's unbelievable amount of detail on it. So I thought I'd just spend just a few minutes just going through it. Obviously the card has a lot of other features and bits and pieces on it, but it's the reveal that really I want to go through myself, because I know for the fishing that I do, especially for kingfish and things like that, snapper, you're looking for structure, and even out into the deep water like groper and things like that, you're definitely looking for all that structure. So if I can find rocks and pinnacles, canyons, drop-offs, you name it, then you can plan your fishing around it. That creates current, it creates food sources, and it creates places for those fish to hide. So we all know, especially around the area that I'm fishing, we're fishing up around D'Urville Island and Stevens and that, and a lot of the drop-off areas are around 55 metres. So if you have a look at this chart, you can see your bottom contours around 55 metres. You can start sort of scooting around the shore. That's what I've been doing with the chart on the desk unit here, which I'll show you in a minute, and just follow that 50-metre contour around and start looking for all rock and structure around that, especially on like a pinnacle or a point that sticks out that could have good current coming around it. It's definitely a place to look for something like for kingfish and things like that. So, and obviously the guys that are doing a lot of snapper fishing as well, you may come off like our Tasman Bay area is quite flat, and but it then comes into a lot of structure around it. So that's the sort of areas to start looking. So I use a thing called Genesis as well, which is similar to this, which is not as high resolution as what these charts show you, but it certainly shows you a lot of the contours and bumps and pinnacles and canyons as well, but just not in the detail that this new CMAP Reveal does. So CMAP Reveal also is specifically for Simrad, Lowrance and B&G units. So if you haven't got one of those, then this is not going to work with the detail that I'm going to show you. So when you see it, it would definitely be worth upgrading to one of these quality units. So I'll have a look at some of the areas, just pointing out a few of them around New Zealand. So some in the South Island, some in the North Island. There's actually some in the Chatham Islands as well I had a look at that look really, really interesting over that area as well. So like I say, it doesn't cover all of the areas, but what areas it does cover, it covers very, very well, and the detail's just unbelievable. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at it. And like I say, it's only just a quick look. If you want any more information about it, just drop us a line and we'll see what I can do. So this is a little bit of a demonstration on what this new CMAP Reveal's like. So for those guys that are in the top of the South Island, fish out of Blenheim, Picton, Nelson area, the Brothers Islands, which are these ones right here. I think most people will know that. It's a good area to go and catch hardpooker. So this is what a normal chart looks like. So just of the island, and the depth contours 107 metres, 156, 16. So if you go fishing there, yes, that's what it'll look like. If you have a high-res bathymy chart, it'll actually give you a lot more contour like this, so it looks quite cool. So it gives you a lot more idea of where you could go. Like obviously the tighter the lines, the steeper the structure as it drops off. So they're areas you would go. So that's what we've been used to, and it's been excellent. It really has been really, really excellent over the years to have the high bathymy like that. This is a little bit different to that, and I'll show you why. So we'll turn that off and just go back to your normal chart, and then on the Simrad unit, if we just hit shaded relief, that's the new CMAP Reveal, and that's the detail that you're getting. So it's obviously it's like a picture. It's all shaded, coloured relief, and if you zoom in, it'll show you how much detail that's available that you wouldn't get on those other options that I was just showing you. So it's from a standard chart through to the high bathymy which gives you obviously a lot more contour, but it doesn't give you like all the pinnacles and rocks and depressions in the ocean. And yeah, so this is a heck of a game changer. Really, it's completely different. This area up here, I know this is one of the areas that a lot of people get groper and harpooker. Like I say, if I go back and just show you what it actually looks like on a standard chart, that's what it looks like. There's nothing there. You go to the high res bathyme, yes, it gives you a nice little contours. You can see it's dropping off from 100 to 110 to 140, so there's a slope going this way. What this new CMAP reveal does just is a game changer. It shows you all the little crevices, and yes, it's dropping off because it does show you the contour lines there. You can actually overlay the contours on there as well, to give you more depth perception on it, so you can see it's still falling off just by turning on the high res bathyme. But the actual picture of the bottom on the new CMAP reveal, it just stuns me. Actually, it just blows me away just how good and how much detail is actually on this. So I know for a fact next time I'm heading up that way, I'll be glued looking to this on the plotter, just to see where we're going. And I'll be targeting areas like this little canyon here where the harpooker will just get in there and they'll sit in there. And if I can get my drift line going nicely down there, it's almost guaranteed. Like I say, I mean, I know this area produces anyway, so that's just one area. So that's the Brothers Islands at the top of the South Island, which is in Cook Strait. Here's another little area that I thought I'd show you. So this is for you Wellington guys. So Kapiti Island, and we just know how good the kingfishing fishery is up in that area. So so this is on the northern end. So I'll just go in here. I think this area is what you call the Boulder Bank area. I think, I could be wrong there. You guys will let me know anyway. But obviously it shows a great bit of detail in there. So when you're jigging along there, you can see where all the structure is. You can see where the actual line of it is. You can see your 20 metre, your 30 metre contours, and right up here where you got rocks 2.7 metres, and as it shallows right out up onto the end of the island. So there's a good little bit of detail there for you guys as well. So heading up to the North Island now. So this little area just off Poverty Bay, below Tauranga Bay, aerial bank. So I guess you guys up there will know this area reasonably well, the old aerial rocks and that. So so here's that's what this looks like on the CMAP reveal. Quite a lot of detail again. I guess you guys that are fishing that area will know it a heck of a lot better than me. I've only fished it a couple of times, and like I say, I was on a charter, so I don't really know the area that well. But I know there was quite a bit of fish in this area where we were fishing, and I'm sure this chart will be a great help for those that haven't sort of got this technology on hand. I know it's a game changer for me anyway, so I'm sure it's going to help you guys out as well. So that's what it looks like, guys, in your area. So moving up the old east coast of the North Island now, and straight off Tauranga. I think you guys know this area fairly well, and I know there's a few little pinnacles here that you guys fish. So it's definitely showing you virtually every little pinnacle that's out there on the bottom. Quite amazing, really, the detail that's actually on there. Again, like there is gaps in it, and there's some big gaps around New Zealand as well. And I guess going forward that those areas will get filled in as they get more and more data coming in. But the areas that are covered very well. So a little area like this, obviously with a gut through the middle of there, that'd be one area I'd be sort of going to have a bit of a look at. And you guys that fish up there will know where the fish are a lot more than what I do. I've only fished this area a couple of times as well. So but again, the detail's amazing. So this is up at the Hauraki Gulf. So you guys again know this area a lot better than me, but I thought I'd just give you a quick little look, just so you guys know what it looks like if you were to get the chart for the areas that you fish. Like I say, I don't think I've ever fished this area at all myself, but just looking around, there's plenty of structure in here, and you know, there's wrecks as well. So you can actually, if you zoom right in, you can see that wreck sitting on the bottom. It's got the wreck mark on it. So it's good to see that they've actually got it marked in the right position. I have seen some that aren't in the right position, but yeah, here's another little interesting little area in here, little ridges. So yeah, it's sort of gets the old mind going on some of the areas that you haven't fished before, and you start seeing, you know, the odd rock sitting there, or here, you know, by itself, what's sitting around that, you know, what's in all of these areas. So yeah, hopefully this will help you guys do a little bit more fishing and be able to, you know, target some areas you might not have been able to see before, and just to see what it's actually like on the bottom. You know, like there's a little outcrop here, which is looks interesting. This one right there. So yeah, obviously when you're in your boat will show up over the top of it if you steam over the top of it. So it's going to be pretty easy for you to find it. So I thought I'd just show you the difference. So this is on a Lowrance HDS Live unit, and this is over at the Chatham Islands. So just sort of show you what it looks like on here. Pretty much the same as what's on the Simrad. I've just been showing you everything. So you know, the detail's still unbelievable. You guys in the Chathams will know obviously these areas. I haven't been over there, but I'd love an invite if anyone's got a spare bed. And we're allowed to fly again, of course. But yeah, it just shows you some of the areas are in pretty good detail. So Lowrance unit's perfect, like just like the Simrad, looks awesome on there. So I've actually just hooked these two units together. So there's only the one chart, but it's running on both the Simrad and the Lowrance. So here's the Simrad unit there, and that was up. Where's that? Up the top of the North Island there somewhere. And like I said, I was just looking at the Chathams on this one as well. So yeah, it works perfect on both types of unit, and like I say, it also covers on the B&G units as well. So yeah, if you've got any of those three types of units, these CMAP reveal will work on those. If you haven't, well, sorry, you're out of luck. You're gonna have to go and upgrade. Well, that's it, guys. So that was just a quick look. So we started down in the South Island and had a quick look around the Brothers Islands, which shows you quite a bit of detail around that area. Shot over to the bottom of the North Island, Kapiti Island, and showed you a little bit in there, and then went up the east coast of the North Island and showed you a few areas up there. So obviously I showed you the Lowrance unit as well, which we were showing you some of the Chatham Islands on there, which it shows you on the CMAP reveal as well. So it covers a fair bit of area. Like I say, it doesn't cover all areas, and I guess that'll be something that they'll be working on going forward for the future. The more bottom mapping surveying that getting done, obviously the more that'll get added to the charts as they go. So but it's a game changer really, because it's giving you you know, that rock that it's showing is actually there. It's not, is it there or isn't it there? It's a proper hydrographic survey that's been done on that area, so it is definitely there. It's not a, you know, you could see when we had a look at those wrecks and the wreck marks that are on the charts that overlay it, there was definitely a wreck underneath. And like I say, there was a couple there that I've actually know where they are, and the marks are actually out, but it actually does show you on the chart, on the actual on the reveal, where the actual wreck is sitting. So maybe the hydrographic department might be able to move their marks a little bit and put it actually right over it. So yeah, no, it's quite cool. So yeah, if you haven't had one of these, or you can buy these online now, they're available. Just released the last few weeks, I think, from New Zealand. They've been around in the US and that for I think a couple of years now. It's just as they get each area surveyed, they release them for those areas. So like I say, we've got a reasonable amount of New Zealand surveyed, so that's why it's released now. And like I say, I guess as they get more and more data, they'll be adding it to it more and more. So but yeah, it's a game changer for me. I know some of the areas that I've been fishing, I didn't actually realise some of the structure that's actually there. This is showing me it, and I'm sitting here at home going through, putting marks on stuff to say I'm going to go there and fish those. I'm not even out on the water, and I know there's structure there that I haven't seen before. So it's definitely going to be worth my while going out there and checking those out. I'm not saying there's fish going to be on them, but as you guys all know, if you've got structure and the water depth's right, and there's current there and there's food sources in those areas, and I know there's food sources in some of them, there's a good chance there's going to be fish there, and we all know that fish hang around structure. So yeah, it's cool. It's an exciting development, and like I say, I've got it, and if you want it, you have to go and buy it and put it in and go and see what it does. But hopefully this this video showed you a little bit about it, and like I say, just drop us a line if you want to know anything more about it, and I'll see what I can do, see what I can sort out for you. Alrighty, cheers, and thanks for tuning in. If you like this video and want to see more, just click the subscribe button and hit the little bell beside it, and that'll give you a reminder the next time I post one up. I've been a bit slack, to say the least, lately about putting videos up, and I may just start getting back into putting a few more up. It's not that we haven't been recording video, we just haven't been putting video up. So we've still got a lot of video on fishing that we've been doing, but yeah, I just haven't had the time to go and put it up. So hopefully going forward we'll get a little bit more up for you and show you things like this, the CMAC reveal. So yeah, cheers guys, thanks for tuning in.